Hello, everybody in this house. This is Creative Visualization page 29 to 50. Okay, let's roll. Affirmations. Oh, sorry. Page 79. Affirmation. Affirmations are one of the most important elements of creative visualization. To affirm means to make firm. An affirmation is a strong positive statement that something is already so. It is a way of making firm that which you are imagining. Most of us are aware of the fact that we have a nearly continuous inner dialogue going on in our minds. The mind is lucid, talking to itself, keeping up an endless commentary about life, the world, our feelings, our problems, and other people. The words and ideas that run through our minds are very important. Most of the time we are consciously aware of this stream of thoughts, and yet what we are telling ourselves is our minds, the basics on which we form our experience of reality. Our mental commentary influences and colors our feelings and perceptions about what's going on in our life. And it is these thought forms that ultimately attract and create everything that happens to us. Anyone who has practiced meditation knows how difficult it can be to quiet in this inner mind talk. In order to connect with our deeper, wiser, intuitive mind, one traditional meditation practice involves simply observing the inner dialogue as objectively as possible. This is a very variable experience as it allows you to become consciously aware of the content of your thoughts. Many of these thoughts are like tape recording of own patterns we have all our life, our lives. They are own programming we picked up long ago, which is still influencing what's happening to us today. For example, we might find that we habitually think self-defeating thoughts such as "I am not going to able to do this" or "this is never going to work out right." The practice of engaging in affirmations allows us to begin replacing some of our worn out or negative mind chatter with more positive ideas and concepts. It is powerful technique, one which can in a short time transform many of our attitudes and expectations about life, and thereby help to change what we care of for ourselves. Affirmations can be done silently, spoken aloud, written down, or even sung or chanted. Even 10 minutes a day of repeating affirmations can counterbalance years of own mental habits. If you become aware that you are repeating habitual negative thought patterns or attitudes, try saying an affirmation to yourself a few times right then and there. For example, if you find yourself thinking, "Oh, what's the use? I'll never get what I want," you might say yourself, "I have an ability to get what I want in my life," or "I deserve to be happy and fulfilled." An affirmation can be any positive statement. It can be very general or very specific. There infin- infinite number of possible affirmations. Here are a few just to give you some ideas. Every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. Everything I need is coming to me easily and effortlessly. My life is blossoming in total perfection. I have anything I need to enjoy my here and now. I am the master of my life. Everything I need is already within me, perfectly. Wisdom is in my heart. I am whole and complete in myself. I love and appreciate myself just as I am. I accept all my feelings as part of me. I love to love and be loved. The more I love myself, the more love I have to give others. I now give and receive love freely. I am now attracting, loving, satisfying relationships into my life. My relationship with my girlfriend is going happier and more fulfilling every day. I now have a satisfying, well-paying job. I love doing my work and I am reaching reward creatively and financially. I am an open channel of creative energy. I am dynamically self-expressive. I enjoy relaxing and having fun. I communicate clearly and effectively. I now have enough time, energy, wisdom, and money to accomplish all my desires. I am always in the right place at the right time, successfully engaged in the right activity. It's okay for me to have everything I want. This is an abundant universe and there's plenty for all of us. Abundance is my natural state of being. Every day I am growing more financially prosperous. The more I have, the more I have to give. The more I give, the more I receive, and the happier I feel. It's okay for me to have fun and enjoy myself, and I do. I am relaxed and sincere. I have plenty of time for everything. I am now enjoying everything I do. I feel happy just being alive. I am healthy and beautiful. I am open to receiving all the blessings of this abundant universe. Whoa, happy is coming to me easily and effortlessly. I have a wonderful job with wonderful pay and do a wonderful service in wonderful way. The light within me is creating miracle in my life here and now. All things are now working together for good in my life. I am now attuned to my higher purpose in life. I now recognize, accept, and follow the divine plan of my life as it is revealed to me step by step. I give thanks now for my life of health, happiness, and self-expression. Here are some important things to remember about affirmations. 1. First, 1. Always faith. Affirmation is the present tense, not in the future. It's important to create your desire as if it already exists. Don't say, I will get a wonderful new job, but later, I now have a wonderful new job. This is not lying to yourself. It is acknowledging the fact that everything is created first on the inner plane before it can manifest in external reality. 2. Always phrase affirmations in the most positive way you can. Affirm what you do want, not what you don't want. Don't say, I no longer oversleep in the morning, but rather, I now wake up on time and full of energy in the morning. This ensures that you are creating the most positive possible mental image. At certain time, you may find it helpful to phrase affirmation negatively, especially when you are working on clearing out specific emotion blocks or bad habits, such as I don't need to get tense in order to get things accomplished. If so, you should always follow this type of affirmation with a positive one, with desirable, with the cribbed, with descripts the that which you decide to create, such as I now stay deeply relaxed and centered, and everything is accomplished easily and effortlessly. 3. In general, the shorter and simpler the affirmations, the more effective an affirmation should be a clear statement that conveys a strong feeling. The more feeling is conveyed, the stronger impression it makes on your mind. Affirmations that are wrong, worthy, and theoretical lose their emotional impact and become too mental. 4. Always choose affirmation that feel totally right for you. What works for one person may not work as for another. An affirmation should feel positive, expansion, feeling, and or supportive. If it don't find another one, or if it does, if it does, if it doesn't find another one, or try changing the words until it feels right. Of course, you may feel emotion resistant to any affirmation when you first use it, especially one which is really powerful for you and is going to make a real change in your consciousness. That is simply our natural fears of change and growth. 5. Always remember that you are creating something new and fresh. You are not trying to riddle and change what already exists. To do so would be resist what is, which creates conflict and stagnation. Take the attitude that you are accepting and handling whatever already exists in your life, and at the same time, taking every moment as a new opportunity to begin create exactly what you desire and will make you happy. 6. Affirmations are not meant to contradict or change your feelings or emotions. It is important to accept and experience all your feelings, including so-called negative ones, without attempting to change them. At the same time, affirmations can help you create a new point of view about life that will enable you to have more and more satisfying experience from now on. 7. Try as much as possible to create a feeling of belief and experience that your affirmation can be true temporarily temporarily, at least for a few minutes. Suspend your doubts and hesitation and put your full mental and emotional energy into them. If doubts, resistance, or negative thoughts are getting in the way of doing your affirmation, do one of the clearing process or the writing it affirmations process given in part 4 of this book. Rather than saying affirmation by rote, try to get the feeling that you really have the power to create that reality, which is fact you do. This will make a big difference in how effective they are. Affirmation can be used alone or in combination with visualizing or imaging. It's very effective to include affirmation as part of your regular creative visualization meditation. Periods. Oh, later in the books, I give you ideas for many other ways to use affirmation for many people. Affirmation are most powerful and inspiring when they include references to spiritual thought, mention of God, the goddess, the universe, the higher power, spirit, the earth, matter, divine love, or whatever phrase you prefer as spiritual energy to your affirmation, and acknowledge the universal source of all things. Here are some examples. I have the infinite creative power of Goddess within me. Dividing love is working toward me here and now to create this. The kiss within me is create miracle in my life here and now. I am one with the Great Spirit. My higher self is guiding me in everything that I do. God rests within me and manifests the world towards me. I give thanks to Mother Earth for nurturing and sustaining me every day. The light of God surrounding me, the love of God affords me. The power of God flows through me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Page 38. A spiritual paradox. Sometimes people who have studied Eastern philosophy or are on certain consciousness growth path feel hesitation about using creative visualization when they first hear of it. The conflict comes from the apparent paradox they see between the idea of being here now, letting go of attachment and desires, and the idea of setting goals and creating what you want in life. I say apparent paradox because in actuality there is no contradiction between the two teachings when they are understood on a deeper level. They are both important principles that must be understood and lived in order for you become a conscious person in your mind viewpoint about the process of inner growth. Most people in our culture have become cut off from their awareness of their spiritual essence. We have temporarily lost our conscious connection with our higher self and thus have lost our own sense of power and responsibility for our life, our lives. In some inner way, we have a sense of happiness. We feel basically powerless to make real change in our lives or in the world. This inner feeling of powerlessness causes us to overcompensate overcompensate by striving and stuttering very hard to have some degree of power or control in our world. Most of us, therefore, become very goal oriented. We become emotionally attached to things and people outside of ourselves, which we feel we need in order to be happy. We feel there is something missing inside ourselves, and we become tense, anxious, and stated, continuously trying to fill up and grab, trying to manipulate the outside world in order to get what we want. This is the state of being from which most of us are setting goals and trying to create what we want in life. And unfortunately, from this level of consciousness, it doesn't work at all. Either we set up so many obstacles for ourselves that we can't succeed, oh, or we do succeed in reaching our goals, only to find that they don't bring us inner happiness. It is at the point where we realize this dilemma, what it means, dilemma, that we begin to open up the spiritual path. We realize that there simply has to be something more to life, and we begin to search for it. We may go through many different experiences and process on our search, but eventually we are gradually restored to ourselves. That is, we come back into experience of our spiritual essence, the universal energy within us all. Through this experience, we can be restored to our spiritual power, and the emptiness inside us is filled up from within. Now, to get back to our supposed paradox, when we are coming out of the empty, gasping, manipulative condition, the first and foremost lesson to be learned is just to let go. We must relax, stop struggling, stop trying so hard, stop manipulating things and people to try to get what we want and need. In fact, stop doing so much and have an experience of just being for a while. When we do this, we suddenly discover that we really perfectly okay. In fact, we feel quite wonderful, just letting ourselves be and letting the world be without trying to change things. This is the basic experience of being being here now, and is what the Buddhist philosophy means by letting go of attachment. Is similar to the Christian concept, God's will be done. Oh, it's a very feeling experience and most basic one on any part of self-awareness. Once you have begun to have this experience more and more of them, you are opening up the channel to your higher self, and sooner so later a great deal of natural creative energy will begin to flow to you. You start to see that you yourself are already creating your raw life and every experience that happens to you, and you become interested in creating more liberating experience for yourself and others, you begin to want to focus your energy toward the highest and most fulfilling goals that are real for you, and at a given moment you realize that life can be basically good, abundant, and often fun, and that having what you truly want without struggle and strain in part of your natural birthright as a function of just being alive. This is the time when creative visualization can become a most important tool. Here is a metaphor that I hope you make it even clearer. Whoa. Let us imagine that life is a river. Most people are clinging to bank, afraid to let go and risk being carried along by currents of the river. At a certain point, each person must be willing to simply let go and trust the river to carry him along safely. At this point, he learns to go with the flow, and it feels wonderful. Once he has become accustomed to being in the flow of the river, he can begin to look ahead and guide his own course onward, deciding where the course looks best, steering the way around boulders and snakes, and choosing which of the many channels and branches of the river he prefers to follow, or the while still going with the flow. This metaphor shows us how we can accept our life here and now, following with what is, and at the same time guiding ourselves consciously towards our goals by taking responsibility for creating our own life. Remember, too, that creative visualization is a tool that can be used for any purpose, including one's our spiritual growth. It is often very helpful to use creative visualization in picturing yourself as a more relaxed, open person flowing, living in here and now, and always connect with your inner essence. May you be blessed with everything your heart desires. And be right back. Hello, I'm back. Okay. Part 2. Using creative visualization. Ask and it shall be given you. Seek and you shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. For everyone that asketh receiveth, and he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be opened. Matthew 7:7-8. Making creative visualization part of your life. As you can see from part 1, the basic technique of creative visualization is not difficult. The important thing now is to learn to use it in the way that really works for you, that helps you to make positive change in your life. In order to use creative visualization most effectively, it's helpful to understand certain concepts and learn some visual techniques. The most important thing to remember is to use creative visualization often, to make it a regular part of your life. Most people seem to find that it works best to practice it at least a little every day, especially when they are first learning. I suggest that you have a regular creative visualization meditation periods for 15 minutes or so each morning when you wake up and each evening before sleep. These are the times when it is most effective, as well as the middle of the day. If you can manage that, always start your meditation periods with deep relaxation, then followed with any visualizations or affirmation you wish. There are many different ways that creative visualization can be used, and it's up to you to remember to tie them at appropriate times. Consciously, creative visualization may mean a new way of thinking and a new way of living. As such, it will make some practice try to out in different situations and under different circumstances, and use it as often as you can for any type of problem solving. If you find yourself worried or person or puzzled about anything, or feeling discouraged or frustrated, what's it called? Frustrated about a problem, ask yourself if there is a way you could use creative visualization to help you. Form a creative habit of using it every appropriate moment. Don't feel discouraged if you don't immediately feel totally successful with your creative visualization. Remember that most of us have years of negative thought patterns to overcome. It takes time to change some of these lifelong habits, and many of us have some underlying feelings and attitudes that can slow us down in our efforts to live more consciously. Fortunately, creative visualization is such an innately powerful process that even 5 minutes of conscious positive meditation can balance out hours, days, even years or negative patterns. So be pattern it has taken a lifetime create your world the way it is now. It may not necessarily change instantly. With perseverance and proper understanding of the process, you will succeed in creating what seem like many miracles in your life. Next 8. Two things I have found most important in my goal process with creative visualization are: 1. Regular reading of inspiring and supportive books that help to keep me in tune with my higher ideas and aspirations, and all that can give me encouragement those difficult times. I am usually keep a book by my bed and read a page or two each day. 2. Having a friend, or ideally a community of friends who are also turned into learning to live to live turn into learning to live more consciously, and who will support you and help you in your efforts. Attending regular or occasional consciousness classes or workshops Support group or therapy can be an important way of getting this type of support and giving it to others as well. In the following chapters, I give you many different techniques, ideas, exercise, and meditation. Choose the ones that feel right to you and seem to work for you. There are many different levels and approaches to the creative visualization process, and I have tried to include a wide variety of possible practice. In any given situation, one may be appropriate and another may not. Follow the flow of your own energy and use the ones that you feel down to. For example, in a certain situation, you may try to do affirmation and find that you simply can't repeat them, or you don't feel they are accomplishing anything. In the case, you might want to try clearing process or get in touch with your inner guidance and ask for clarification, or just let go far away and focus on other things. What works at one time may not at another. What works for one person may not for another. Always trust yourself and your own deepest intuitive feeling. If it feels like you are forcing punching, exerting effort, or standing, don't do it. Don't do it. If it feels helpful, releasing, opening, standing, even leaving, inspiring, do it. Yeah. Oh. The page 49. Being, doing, and having. We can think of life as containing the aspect, and we can call those aspects being, doing, and having. Being is the basic experience of being alive and conscious. It is the experience we have when we fully focus in the present moment, the experience of being totally complete and at least within ourselves. Doing is moment and creative and activity. It stems from the natural creative energy that flows through every living thing and is the source of our visuality. Having is the state of being in relationship with other people and things in the universe. It is the ability to order and accept things and people into our lives, to comfortable occupy the same space with them. Being, doing, and having are like a triangle, have each side supports the other. Right? This they are not in conflict with each other. They are exist simultaneously. Often people attempt to live their life backward. They try to have more things or more money in order to do more of what they want, so that they will be happier. The way it actually works is the reverse. You must first be who you really are, then do what you need to do in order to have what you want. The purpose of creative visualization is to connect us with our being, to help us focus and facilitate our doing, to deepen, expand, and align our having. See you in next video. Bye bye.